welcome to Montevideo, Uruguay. It would not have been right for me to explore Montevideo without purchasing the Uruguayan national football shirt.
This really is such a beautiful and quaint old town.
Cheers.
Cheers! Look at this.
Stadio Centenario, which is where the first World Cup was held. Of course, the stadium is only open Monday to Friday.
I think we've conquered Uruguay in one day.
Good morning and welcome to Montevideo, Uruguay, a country of around 3 million people sandwiched between Brazil and Argentina, half of which live in the capital city. And after around 2 weeks at sea, we have made it to our third South American country, and we have the whole day to see and do as much as humanly possible. We just jumped off the Sapphire Princess and now it's time to explore and eat some meat with the world's biggest meat eaters.
This is actually a really nice port. We've got the flag behind us and we've got some old mechanical port equipment, but this tiny underappreciated city is one that I am very, very excited to explore, probably because we can walk around everywhere. There's 3 million people in the country and I think, how many cows are there?
12 million.
12
4 cows per
million
person.
Cows. 4 cows per person. I think that's insane. So yeah, as Matt said, there'll be some meat to eat.
Hola.
Hola, thank
Just this
you.
one, please. It would not have been right for me to explore Montevideo without purchasing the Uruguayan national football shirt, being that they hosted the first World Cup in 1930 and subsequently won the competition. Football really is the religion of this country, and being that it's a Sunday, it is perfect. A lot of the little markets are open and the port is right on the historical old town.
And they also host the world's longest carnival. This really is such a beautiful and quaint old town. I mean, there's some palm trees there. I'm not sure if they were planted or they're real, but you can just see the balconies, the brickwork. The architecture is so, so beautiful. And actually, I don't think I was expecting it. I think when you get off the ship, you expect like just outside the port to not be that nice.
You're right in the old town.
It's really, really nice.
I don't think I've ever seen a capital city so quiet. It is a real quaint little old town with colonial buildings, and then the next a little rugged, lined with graffiti. But we are heading up now to the main square, the Independence Square. And this is a Sunday. I mean, a lot of people might be at church or with family, but there's literally nobody around.
Enter the old town or to enter the main square, the Independence Square, you do have to go through the old gate. And behind me, this is the old square. You might be able to see this massive building here, which was a luxurious hotel back in like the 1920s, and now it is home to a tango museum, residences and office buildings. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I feel like it's kind of wasted and it should still be a luxury hotel, but there's some tango in there.
Again, I cannot believe how quiet the city centre is. This is the main square on a weekend and there is hardly anybody here, and it really does have a range of architecture, especially this building behind me. It's a little bit of an eyesore. You've got your brutalist architecture, you've got your colonial buildings, and of course the statue right in the centre of the Independence Square. Cheers.
Cheers! A little pit stop. We were walking along Las Ramblas and we found Bar or El Tincal. It's like an unassuming little restaurant out on the front. It says it's been around since 1970. I'm actually just reading it from the back there. And we're starting with a Zillertal, which I believe is a Uruguayan beer. We've come here for one thing and one thing only, and it is the Uruguay national dish of chivito, which I'm excited for. But first,
how is a Uruguayan cerveza?
Cerveza. Really, really nice. Bueno, mucho bueno. These
really are the best spots. This place is literally underneath an apartment block facing the seafront. A fun fact, it is actually the longest Las Ramblas in the world, around 14 miles of sidewalk if you are American, but the Zillertal is very good, very inexpensive. Uruguay can be a very expensive country, Montevideo a very expensive city, but so far, if you eat and drink where the locals go, you can afford it.
Look at this, a gargantuan amongst sandwiches. That was so quick. So we have the chivito, bacon, beefsteak, mozzarella, tomato, mayonnaise and lettuce.
Oh, let me see it.
In a bun.
Let me see it.
And we ordered one and they very kindly cut it in half. I mean, that's just so sweet. Okay, are you ready? Oh, it's like grease.
Uruguay is not for vegetarians. It really isn't.
It's not, but I'm very, very excited because the meat is meant to be amazing. Wow. That's delicious. It's like cheesy, greasy, meaty goodness. The bacon is crispy, just how we like our bacon. And yeah, it's so lovely.
I take it back. Uruguay is definitely not cheap. For one sandwich between us, one chivito and two local cervezas, it came to around 20 English pounds. So maybe it's a good thing that we are only here for one day, but like I said, it is a meat lover's paradise. We are now walking further along Las Ramblas. It's a very windy day to one of the city's famous beaches.
The beach behind me is Playa Ramirez, and it's actually where the river and sea meet, so you won't see many people swimming there. It's the river plate between Buenos Aires and Montevideo, and it's a good job because I didn't bring
It looks like muddy water.
I didn't bring my swimming costume, so don't fancy it.
It's still definitely a place you should check out. You're not going to swim, but most of the locals come here, they play beach volleyball, they sunbathe, get a tan. And I presume it'd be a really cool place for sunset, as you've got lots of bars around the beach. But wearing my shirt, we do need to delve deeper into the religion of football here in Uruguay. And so far I'm loving it. I could stay here for a few days. It's the safest country in the whole of South America, the most livable. And it's just really nice. Hola. Muchas gracias. And a short Uber ride across the city, we have made it to Estadio Centenario, which is where the first World Cup was held, where Uruguay were the champions. Can you imagine a country of around 3 million people winning the World Cup? Not once, but twice. More than England, which is a little embarrassing, but we've come here because we've heard that at certain times of the day, we're hoping today, on a Sunday it's open, we can do a tour of the stadium, see the museum and see the first ever World Cup. Of course, the stadium is only open Monday to Friday for visitors to visit the museum and do a tour, check out the pitch, but it's still pretty cool to come and witness the stadium that hosted the first ever World Cup final. I mean, I don't think it would be up to much today. I couldn't see it hosting the what is the next World Cup? The last World Cup was 2023? No. 22?
Yeah. So
2026. I couldn't see it hosting the 26th World Cup.
The stadium might not have been open, but this certainly is. Welcome to the Mercado del Puerto. In essence, the port market, the most famous place to come and visit. And I tell you what, I can smell
a lot of meat.
Some meat.
I love it.
Each place is busy. The souvenir shops,
Talking of
the
footballs.
football. You've got so many different restaurants, and I'm not even joking to you, but everyone just has plates and plates of meat.
The smells in here are out of this world, and this actually opened back in 1868, and it's basically the main trading place for beef and all the meats that you would find in the country of Uruguay. I was actually told by a gentleman working in one of the restaurants back there that they reckon the average Uruguayan consumes 9 cows a year. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it just shows how much meat these people eat.
I've literally never seen so much meat. I'm surrounded.
There are so many options here, it is hard to decide where to get your meat. We were planning to go to this one right behind me because that is where the late, great Anthony Bourdain went, and if you know us, we pretty much follow his lead. Wherever he has gone in a city, we will go, we will find it, and we will consume the best food from each country around the world. So now, it's really just a guessing game because they all look incredible. Gracias. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is intense. That was a very difficult decision to decide where to get your Uruguayan barbecue. You've got to wait if you want to sit at one of the stalls and watch them prepare your meat right in front of your eyes. We're actually starting off with a lager cheetah. I think this is like a craft Uruguayan beer, and then it's just looking at that and deciding what meat that you want to eat.
I think we may have overordered. We have got 3 things special to the menu. So essentially a Uruguayan barbecue is called a parrillada. So anything you get is a parrillada. So we have cheese, we have chorizo, and we have sausage. Now they just grab a slab of cheese and shove it on the barbecue, and it's special because it's wood fired, and I'm sweating, I'm very red, but that just looks insane. I can't tell you. I wish you could taste it. It's delicious. It's salty, it's crunchy, and warm. And I'm just going to try a bit of sausage. Big circle sausage, and they chop it up. I think we've conquered Uruguay in one day. Steak, bacon, sausage, cheese, chorizo, yum.
You would not want to be a vegetarian and come to Montevideo. Let's do this. Bit of chorizo, huge slab.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
The cheese, it's so chewy, smoky from the wood fire barbecue. I'm in heaven. I'm absolutely stuffed full of meat, but it was so worth it. We might not have got to see the football stadium, but in homage to Luis Suarez, we took a bite out of the Uruguayan cuisine, and all of that food came to around 26 English pounds, which again was a little expensive, but like I said, so worth it. We've now got back on board the Sapphire Princess, and I love that this city, Montevideo, is so walkable. You felt like you'd been here, you'd experienced it, you'd seen a lot of what this city has to offer in a day, and I love that this part of the cruise was included after Antarctica. We had a whole week, we got to experience a brand new country, and we got some blooming sunshine, but it is not over yet. We are sailing across the River Plate probably in around about an hour's time and heading to Buenos Aires, our final stop on this 17-day cruise. So we'll see you in the next one from Argentina.